Hello, this is Heather Hoffman, and as we're nearing the end of the school year, I thought it would be fun to make a set of little teacher thank you notes to share today. I've already die cut out 6 of the frames from the Coordinating Dies to Kindness card stamp set, and I'm going to stamp a bunch of different images and sentiments on them to create some clean and simple little note cards that your kids can use to write a thank you note for their favorite teachers, and maybe use as a tag to attach to a little gift as an end of year thank you. I started off, the first one I used Ice Cream Social, which is one of the newest releases. I stamped it in iced aqua ink. The second one is using the Heart Pal stamp set, which is from a previous release, and I stamped that one in peach ink. Then we're going to do one with So Super stamp set. That one's stamped in blueberry ink. I've coordinated all of these ink colors to go with some letter stickers that I'm going to use at the end as well. Next up, we're using Party Animals with Tangerine ink. And each of these, I'm stamping them off the edge in some form of the little cards, just because that adds a little bit of interest and detail. I kind of kept messing up as I stamped that one, so ignore that part. I just wasn't getting my ink where I wanted it quite. But fortunately, the MISTI allowed me to stamp it a few times and get it right where I wanted it. All right, almost to the end here, we're going to use Rainy Day Fun for this one, stamped in Buttercup ink. And you can do, if you want to make a bunch of these all the same, I thought it was kind of fun to pull out lots of different stamp sets and make several examples. All right, the final one here, we're going to stamp this image from Hatbox Florals, and this is stamped in Avocado ink. And I flipped my MISTI around for this one just since I was stamping it a little off of both edges instead of just off the bottom. And each of these I stamped 2 times. I actually got a great impression the first time, but I stamped them twice just to make sure I had lots of color on there. Now, all of the sentiments on these I stamped with the So Many Sentiment stamp set. It's one of the new sentiment sets from the last release. And because I didn't have a stamp set for the teacher that I wanted to add on there, I went ahead and used just letter stickers. These are kind of little small puffy letter stickers from Pink Fresh Studio. I'm using a little strip of vellum to line them up so I can center them and stick them onto my tag where I want. A small thin strip of acetate or anything like that would work as well. That was just kind of a handy way to get all the letters lined up and then be able to center them over my other sentiment and push them in place. You can kind of see how that works. It's kind of a nice little trick to get them where you want them there. And the vellum's nice and thin, so it's easy to pull out once you have the top part stuck in place. So each of these I'm stamping the smaller sentiment with Midnight Dye Ink. I'm using my MISTI just to stamp up and line them. The first 3 I stamped straight across. And then the last 3, just to kind of fit them on, I started stamping the sentiment at an angle. And I kind of thought that was a fun little addition as well. It just added a little interest to the design. I kind of wished I could go back and redo the first ones, but it was kind of fun having them a little bit both ways. So feel free to play with the angles and adjust things. It kind of just adds a little variety to your project. These don't require any coloring either, so they're super duper fast and simple. And just in that amount of time, I have a whole set of these 6 that your kids can take and send off to their teachers for a little thank you at the end of the school year. Thanks so much for coming by to join me today. I hope you have a wonderful day and a chance to play and be creative.